second. This will be okay, yeah. Sorry. Everything. Somebody join. Okay, so this is the GUI part, okay? So this is how Netapp looks, okay? This is how Netapp looks, okay? So in Netapp, the basic things are port, okay? The basic things like the physical things are port, okay? 1 second. The physical things are ports. We'll have different kind of ports like Ethernet port, which is for which you can use for iSCSI and for shares like CIFS and NFS shares. And then you have FC, okay, which is for zone, which is for your SAN, okay. You'll have FC, okay. So here these are the ports you have. You can see, right? If you go to this command right, then the command to see this is net port show, okay, like this. Here we have two nodes. It's a two node cluster, cluster 101 and cluster 202. How you see this is the command to see, okay.
So in this class, what topic we are going to cover right now?
Today we are going to cover how to create storage for NFS and CIFS, how
Okay.
to create shares, virtual machines, leaves, subnets.
So last time we did the storage broadcast domain. Am I right?
Yeah, that is different. Yeah, that was like an advanced course. You don't need it. I mean, not everybody needs it. It's an advanced course. Yeah. It's we created broadcast domain IP space. We don't require actually. We don't need to create those things actually normally. Until unless your client is having only one system and they wants both the project to have the access to that.
So broadcast domain, we are not creating it in the in the normal production scenario. Am I right?
Yeah, you are not creating broadcast domain. You are not creating IP space in normal scenario. We had never had to create this in any of the projects in my career. Never had to create except one project. Except one project that was like a very small project, like in what is this? Uh, Genpact. It's like a BPO kind of company, you know. So it's a
Okay.
BPO kind of project. Yeah, they had no money. So you don't
So
need to create it.
so what? So we use directly. So okay. So
Yes. So whenever you are installing Netapp, right? So what will happen when you are installing Netapp?
we create
Initially,
aggregate
this two aggregate will be created, right?
is already created.
Suppose
Yeah.
you have one node, so one aggregate will be created. So this is what aggregate? This is a root aggregate. Aggregate 0 is root aggregate. And what is
Yes.
this for? This is to have the on-tap operating system and audit volumes and snapper mapping volumes. Snapper is just a replication technology, okay? So, and you will have root namespace, okay? So it is not having any data. If you want to have any data, you need to create data aggregates. Aggregate is nothing but pool. So it is the aggregation of disk where you define RAID, okay? In data, what kind of RAID do you have? You have RAID DP, RAID 4 and RAID TEC. What is RAID 4? RAID is fixed parity, fixed single parity. RAID DP is dual parity, distributed parity, okay? So two disk failure, RAID DP is protects against one disk failure, RAID 4, and RAID TEC three disk failure, okay? Triple parity, okay?
Rate for how many disk failure? One disk failure. Am I right?
One,
Okay.
and it's a fixed disk, okay. So
Okay.
and one more thing, fixed disk means the parity will be in the fixed disk, and that disk, I mean, if you lose the parity disk, then you'll have problems recovering the data, okay. that's why
Okay.
distributed that's why distributed parity is better. So, and RAID DC is three disk. When you normally install Netapp, what will happen by default? You will have RAID DP, right, for the root aggregates, right, by default, okay.
Yes, I
And
can see here.
yeah,
So yeah.
yes. So in Netapp, what you can do, you'll have a lot of replications, okay. 1 second, notepad. The problem is, I can teach you a lot of things, but there are no end of knowledge. There are a lot of things in Netapp or Hitachi, whatever there is. It will never stop actually. Okay, so 1 second. Everything in. Yeah, so in Netapp, how many replication you have? You can mute yourself, Abneet, because if background noise is coming, when you see the video, this noise is always will be there in the background. So Netapp replication, right? So how many replication you have? You have sync, you have async, right? So, synchronous, right? Synchronous means once the data is written at the remote volume, then the acknowledgement will go to the production like host that okay data is written, right? So you'll have a round trip delay, okay? And if it is async, then as soon as you write the data on the cache of the primary volume, okay, so it will show that okay write is completed. So it's not having any round trip delay. And synchronous is having distance limitation, asynchronous is having more distance, okay, it can cover more distance, okay. So in Netapp, for sync you will have what you will have active sync replication, okay. So this is for what? This is only for SAN arrays, okay, all SAN arrays, okay. And you'll have metro cluster over IP, okay. So this is active like GAD, okay, like Vplex, okay, active, okay. And then you have like normal volume level snap mirror.
What is active active?
Active means both production and DR will be ready. So if something is down, immediately application is up, immediately application is running.
Like application.
Like
I
have you worked on Vplex or GAD?
GAD? No,
Vplex
no.
Vplex is similar technology, but it's EMC sells the product, and GAT is similar technology. Hitachi sells the product. Active means both production and DR will be online.
Production and DR will the both storage will be online.
Yes, both storage will be online, and both storage will be like on read write. I would say application will be online.
So how the data is writing to the both storage is a host
Synchronous
writing directly to the both sides, or or the storage is replicating data with each other
storage is replicating data continuously. It's a
with each
synchronous
other,
replication. Yeah,
and
the art.
host is not writing directly to the
No, no,
second
no.
storage.
I will tell you. So host is writing the data on production, okay. So you'll have how do I say this, you'll have both production and DR online, and you'll have a quorum, okay. In Hitachi or Neta, both you'll have a quorum. The quorum will decide where the production should be. So if production if your primary system where from the replication is happening, it's up, right? So it will be the one which is on, okay. And if that is down, then quorum will acknowledge okay this is down, so the one which is up, it will obtain the quorum, and your replication sorry your operation will be switched over to the remote, okay. And it will take like fraction of second.
So
And
where is the quorum right now? Do, can you create a diagram so it will be easy for us to like to know the things better? Like quorum, where we from where?
I don't want to do that because I will cover this in replication technology, okay. It was just an overview I'm giving,
Okay,
because otherwise the training will go on and on and on.
okay, okay.
So I just wanted to say what more replications are there. So SVM DR is there, okay. So this is volume level snap mirror means volume level. Suppose you have 100 volumes, you're replicating 100 volumes, okay. You can have both sync and async here. And SVMDR is like every V server. I'll teach you V server, okay. Suppose one V server is having 100 volumes, you are replicating one V server. So if you are creating any new volume, right, so it will automatically be replicated, okay. And all the volumes will replicate at once, okay. And then you have cross gate replication. Cross gate, it is for object replication, okay. So this yeah. So and you will have like cloud replication, okay. Cloud means your Netapp on-premise storage to your cloud, Google Cloud, Amazon FSx or Azure Netapp files. So only these replications are there in Netapp. There are no more replications in Netapp. I'll cover everything. Okay. So let me go here. Okay. So so let me do everything one by one. Okay. So you have this. We have the port, right? And main important thing in Netapp is leaf. Okay. Leaf is logical interface. Okay. So what is logical interface? You are defining IP on a port, that is leaf. Okay. So this is cluster management IP, right? Okay. And this is cluster management port, right? You understand, right? So I am defining this IP on this port, and this is becoming a leaf, which is this is the leaf. Okay. So if I want to create a CFS share, I will be accessing the share using the IP, using this IP. I mean, not this IP, the IP I will create. Okay. You understand, right? So whatever CFS share or NFS share, NFS export I am accessing, I will be
Will
accessing
be
to the IP.
accessing to the IP. So why we are creating the leaf if we have already IP there? Simple, give this IP and we can access the ShareM, right? Like we are using cluster management
No,
196.0.1.101.
this IP is these are management network. There are different networks in Netapp. One is management network, one is data network. Okay, one is
Okay.
intercluster network. Management network only for management purpose. Intercluster network is only for replicating, replicating the data from one cluster, one how to say, sending the heartbeat information. That will be the proper thing. Not replicating, sending the heartbeat information from one node to others, telling that okay, these both the nodes are up, so HA is on. HA means high availability. Okay, high availability means what? Cluster. If there is some problem with the cluster network means what? Between the two nodes there will be a switch, intercluster switch, which you will buy, which Netapp will sell you. Okay, and you have to do connect. I mean, Netapp will do the connectivity. You can also do the connectivity. So this network will come like management network. If you want any CIFS NFS, then you have to use data network. Okay, and the IP how will get, you will you will create some RITM or some service request in your service now or any ticketing tool you use, and you will assign to Netapp team, your internal Netapp team. They'll give you some public IP. They'll give you some IP. Okay, and you will use that IP to create leaf. You understand, right? For CFS shares, NFS shares. Okay, I will show you this. Okay, so there are a lot of things there. One by one, I'll tell you. Okay, and one more thing is there. You know what is subnet, right? In Netapp, networking, you know what is subnet, right? But in Netapp, the subnet concept is different. Okay, like the subnet concept is there in networking, but here the subnet means, suppose I want to create a leaf, right? Leaf like this leaf. Then I need to mention the IP, right? What IP I'll use? But instead of that, I can just create a subnet, and I can mention like 10 IP range. Like suppose I have 10 IP I've taken from the network team, and I've just created a subnet of 10 IP, so that whenever I'm creating a leaf, I just mention the subnet. I do not mention the leaf, sorry, IP. So automatically it will select the IP sequentially. You understand, right? So it's just for the
Yes.
management of leaf. Let me show you this. So one by one I will explain and create. Okay, I will not explain everything because then it will be difficult to follow. Okay, but I will tell you one thing. Even if you don't understand, it's okay, because this session will be repeated a lot of times. Eventually you'll understand. This is a very tough thing. I understood this after my 6 years of experience. You can understand, right? You understand, right? What I'm trying to say.
About subnet, you meant to say?
No, not about subnet. About the basics of NetApp. I was able to do all the tasks in NetApp, but I was not able to understand the basics. The basic took me 6 years to understand.
Okay.
Maybe I'm a slow learner, I don't know, but that's how it is. Basics are difficult. You'll be able to do all the jobs in NetApp. It's not a problem, but it will take some time for you to understand the basics, because
Okay.
basics is more difficult. I mean, it's like this. Okay, so I'll create the thing. Okay. So before that, let me give you just one more thing example. So IP space is what? IP space is for multi-tenancy. Whenever you install Netapp, you'll have both IP space, one cluster, and one is default IP space. Okay, the cluster IP space for management network, and default is for data network. Okay, and if you want some, suppose you have two projects like Diligenta Friends Live, then you can create two different IP space. Okay, and you can move the port from your default broadcast domain to the your other Diligenta broadcast domain, or whatever broadcast domain you create, right? Okay,
No,
but
but
you
you
normally,
told me that broadcast domain we are not creating in the production.
no, no, no. Normally we don't create, but if you want, you can create. I'm just giving an example. If you want, you can create. Suppose you got a client which is very poor. They don't have boxes. They want multiple clients to use the same box. In that case, you need to create.
No, if it
But
is
if
creating a broadcast domain, he is aggregating the network. Am I right?
yes, 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 yes,
So he is
exactly.
not. So he's not poor. He is rich because he want to use this box for many purpose.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. Many purpose means not segregating network. Yes, but if you are using same project, it's not useful actually. Why do you want to segregate the network? I mean, it does not make sense, right? Segregating network means you can use same IP for different IP space. Same IP, like I have like 192.168.0.1551. I can use two leaf 151 same IP in different IP space. You understand, right? Then it will create problem for you, right? Why do you want to use same IP, right? For the same project, you don't
Okay.
want that, right? So yeah, and feel free to ask questions because questions will clear your doubt. Okay, you can interrupt me anytime. It's not a problem. Okay, I hope I'll be able to answer all of your questions. Okay, so subnet. Why do you need require subnet? Subnet is to create the leaf, easier management of leaf. So whenever we're creating leaf means this logical interface. It will be easy for us to create. Okay, so let me create a subnet. You use tab. Okay, just use tab. So broadcast domain, I will use the default broadcast domain. Okay, which is for data. Okay, subnet I will use uh, some network. Okay, that I have. This information you'll get from your network team. Okay, you need to get from your network team. IP ranges. Okay, 131 dot this 139. Okay, so this is done. So now we can check subnet show. Okay, this is my subnet. Okay, so what I got a range of IP address. Okay, okay. So do you have 3 hours today? Then I can complete both SAN and NAS. Do you have 3 hours today?
No, I don't want to take so much pressure. So, like, continue. Like, I don't. So let's continue. Let's see how much I can take.
Okay, okay.
Because I need to understand also. I don't want to run.
Okay, the
Yeah.
okay
Because
actually, hmm, okay, okay. The requirement is different. This other person is right, so he wants to complete soon, so that it is easy
No,
for
that's
us
fine.
to
Yeah,
maintain.
that's fine. There, not an issue. You can, but yeah, as Abrid said, don't depend on us. Like,
Hmm.
like
So
3 hours going to be
tomorrow,
very. It's be like 10:30 for us night, so it's going to be delay.
yeah,
And
yeah. Okay, okay. So we can do 6 a.m. also. Okay, if you want, we can do 6 a.m. also in the morning. Okay.
6 a.m. morning IST, right?
Yeah, yeah. What?
So
Yeah.
it's yeah, fine. I'm okay, but he
What about him? I think his timing is different. Okay, got it.
yeah,
I
me
thought
and
it will be
me and
same
him.
both together.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
we
yeah,
have
but
1 hour
it's not
difference.
same.
Yeah,
It's
I'm behind him. Yeah.
yeah. So there is one more concept in NetApp, that is vServer. Everything you create, whether it's a LAN, whether it's a share, everything, it will be on the vServer. It's nothing but a VM. You can call it like a VM. But in the VM, you can never log into this VM. It's a no login server. You cannot log into this VM. You cannot log into the V server. Okay.
So is any default V server is created?
Yes, whenever you are installing Netapp, these are the default ones that is created. One, it will be created for cluster, and two will be created for node. Two created node means one per node. Okay, suppose you have one node cluster, then one node, one cluster V server in node. Okay.
So why is creating for this one? Like, is there uh,
This is
anything?
for management, because whenever you are creating any data v server or something, right? Suppose you are creating a data v server on this node, right? This node, right? So what is the node? One second. Node show. This node, right? So what is happening? The the path, the junction path. Junction path means. আরে বন্ধ করো বন্ধ করো আমাকে দাও এটা So what will happen is, whenever you are creating a volume, you need to define a junction path, and junction path will always be mounted on the root namespace slash, and the root namespace will be on this node. You understand, right? The root volume of this node, that's why this vsub is required. Where will be the root volume? Root volume will be here, right? How will be accessible? Because of this node management IP, right? So that is the reason. You understand, right? Node management live.
No, but we are not accessing the root volume.
No, you have to. Not, I mean, not root volume, root namespace. Every namespace that you create, it will start with slash, and the slash is located on here. Root volume slash. It will take some time for you to understand. I told you, right? You can do the job, but to understand the basic, it will take few repeat sessions. Somebody is calling. Who is calling? I don't know, man. Why the hell people are calling? 1 second. What? हाँ join कर. हाँ join कर. Session is on. Join कर. So so this is there. Okay. So I'll give you exact. The thing is, more you work, right, more you'll understand about the basics. Basics means there are endless basics in Netapp. Okay. So let me show you this. So vserv is what? Vserv is basically a logical storage server which helps you to give the data to storage client. Okay. So this is a single cluster, right? So this single cluster, which will have two nodes, right? So you can have hundreds of vserver. Okay. And whenever you create a volume, right, so what the data, it will be on volume, right? So volume will be in on the v server. Okay. And the volume will be on the v server, and you need to allow different protocols on the v server. In Netapp, how many protocols are there? NFS, CIFS, okay, ISCSI, FC, FCOE, NVMe, S3. So these many protocols you can have. Okay. I'll teach you all these protocols except FCOE. I'll teach you all these one. Okay. FCOE is not used that much. I'll teach you all this. Okay. So basically, to define and storage protocol, you are using SVM. To host the volume, you are using SVM. To have the path, you are using SVM. Okay. So and the leaf, right? Whatever leaf you are having, right? SVM is hosting it. Okay. SVM will have this leaf. Okay. So let me just show you all these things. Okay. To see the command is vserver show command, right? So here there is one thing, type, right? So how many types are there? Data, admin, and node. Admin is cluster vserver, node is node vserver, and data vserver is the one that we need to create for what? For CIFS, for NFS, for iSCSI LAN, for epsilon, for object storage. Okay, And for NVMe, NVMe is nothing but, it's E series, Netapp E series. Okay. Here we are not having anything because we have not created anything. Okay. So I'll create one. And whenever we are creating the vServer, a root volume will be created automatically on that vServer. Okay. Root volume by default it will take the name. Okay. SVM name underscore root. Aggregate. We'll check. Okay. 1 second. So we have the root aggregate, right?
So
Whenever
you
we
are
create a,
creating a in this command what you have created v server create v
no, I
server
have
name.
not created. I wanted to create, but I cancelled it. I'm not creating. First, I will create a data aggregate. I don't want my data on the root aggregate.
So you want to create aggregate. After that you will create a new v server. Am I right?
Yes, 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 yes. So rate type, what should you give? What do you want to give? Rate for do what do you want to give?
AP.
Rate AP, right? Okay. You can give anything. You can give anything. This data, right? You can give anything. It depend upon your. If you are using RAID 4, you are losing only one disk. If you are using RAID deep, you are losing two disks. RAID TC three disks. But advanced drive partitioning is also there, right? So anyway, so see, right? These are the things are there. Okay. And yes, yes. So AGGS show because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to create on. So vServer create. vServer is svm1 hyphen root volume. Automatically it will take. Okay. Subtype is default. It's not a problem. Root volume type is Unix. Yeah, there is one more thing. What kind of root volume type you want? Do you want the root volume? I mean, do you want this SVM to become only for NFS export or both for CIFS NFS? So depending upon that, you can use, right. I will use mix. Mix means both for CIFS NFS. Okay. Language is very important. This is the language that you use. Okay. Aggregate did I use? No. So I will use the data aggregate. Okay, because I don't want snapshot policy. Snapshot policy means what? Whenever I'm creating a volume, the data will be on the snapshot, right? Written by the snapshot. Okay, and default policy is a local snapshot. It's not application. Okay, I can create none also. Okay, but I will create default. Okay, so don't worry about if you don't understand anything
So v
because
server you are creating a v server create name svm1. Okay.
yes,
And minus root volume avn underscore root. That is the root volume you're creating
yeah, yeah. Whenever we create a vServer, automatically a root volume will be created on the vServer.
on that v server.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you mean, but you are not creating a data volume or
Yeah, I'll be creating a data volume also. This just I just create a vServer only. Now I'll create the volume. So I created the
no?
vServer, right?
But why you mention minus root volume avn underscore root?
Root volume is required. Every vServer you created, right? You need to record. You need to have the root volume because you will have all the mapping informations.
So whenever we create a v server,
Yeah,
we have to create a root volume always. Am I right?
yeah. Suppose you don't want to create a root volume, right?
Uh,
It will fail. You will not be able to create. This command will fail. You can
no,
try.
no. I okay. I will try. But for each v server, we have to create a root volume. Am I right?
Means no. Whenever you are yes, you have to create means what? You are not creating separately. When you are running the command, in the command only you need to give the root volume name. You cannot create separately. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
You cannot.
I got it. I got it. So I mean to say that if we are creating five v server, we have to mention five root volume. We have to create
Yeah,
a
yeah,
five
yes,
root
yes, yes,
volume.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, yeah,
Can we check the root volume you have created?
yeah.
Vol-
See,
SVM underscore root. Okay, so Okay, so I'm checking your command. SVM create a AVM root volume, AVN root subtype default root security style mixed.
because I wanted to use both for NFS and CIFS. If I want to use only NFS, then I'll use Unix. If I want to use CIFS, then I'll use NTFS.
Okay, and language CUT. What is this one?
Language is same. Language is same. It will be same. Language is
Okay,
also important. Yeah.
and you aggregated data snapshot. So this snapshot policy is default.
I can create my own snapshot policy and mention here. It's not
So
a problem. And
for
I can
snap,
also keep it none.
it's a
None means
local
it will not.
snapshot. Am I right?
Local snapshot means yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
It is. It will create the snapshot and it will save it in the as root volume. Am I right?
Yes. 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 It will have point. Same means point. It is point in time copy. It will point to the root volume data blocks. If the snapshot and the root volume is having the same data, so both root volume and snapshot will point to the same data. It is not taking any additional space. Suppose you have a volume, you're just reading to that volume. So whatever snapshot will be created, so it will not change this. It will not have the what do you say? The space change space will be very less, like 1 KB, 2 KB. But if you have deleted some data and edited some data, recreated some data, then your snapshot will hold the space, right? You understand what I'm trying to say, right?
Yes.
So I want to only use I want to only use for NFS and CIFS this session. Okay, so I'll do other thing. Okay, other protocols. Don't worry about. You'll understand slowly. You'll understand. You'll not understand it one day. And even if you're interview, right, you do not need to know everything. If you are good about metro cluster and few things, that topic I will tell you, you'll get the job. Okay. So this is the V server I have. Okay. And now what I need to do? I need to create data leaf. I have only management leaf. And this is IP is for inter-cluster communications. This IP you are not going to access. This only Netapp can talk to each other with this IP. Okay. You can see, right? This is what? This is cluster. This is belongs to what? You can see here, right? This is cluster V server. Okay. This belongs to what? You see, no. Second. You see what? E0, E0B. So what is this? This is cluster broadcast domain. This is cluster IP space. So this belongs to here. This is for management. Okay. Everything is for data purpose. Okay. So this is only for inter-cluster communication. This is for cluster management, node management. Okay. Even if you want data, you can use the same. I can use same this port also for data. You understand, right? If I want, I can use. If I want, I can use this. I have used this in my own environment, but I can never use this. I can never use this for data. Okay. So let me create a data leaf. Okay. So how many leaves are there? How many types of leaves are there? There are many types of leaves. Okay. One is cluster leaf, one is data leaf, one is node management. So this is node management leaf, this is cluster leaf. Okay, sorry, this is cluster management leaf. Okay, and the data leaf I'm going to create. Okay, show you this. So these are cluster leaf, these are private. Okay, and this is cluster management leaf. Okay, you are able to understand, right? So that's something. It's like a C, bro. This basic thing. I'm able to tell you many things because I've been doing this for many years. But normally you don't require. Okay. Normally, slowly, once you do more work, you will understand. Now the data is not there, right? Data is not there. So I'll be creating the data. Okay. Okay, so now I'll be creating the data. Okay, I have this vserver svm1, and normally you'll have two leaf, because if one IP is down, or so one port is down, then the leaf can migrate to the other port. Okay, and you can have IP based load balancing. IP based load balancing means you will have one host name, and the host name will point to two IPs. So one time one user is able trying to access the CFS share, it will hit one IP, and after 5 seconds another IP. You understand, right? I'll show you this one. Don't worry, I'll show you DNS. I'll show you load balancing. Okay. So problem is it's a lot of thing. So I will just mention the host, the vserver name. I will use both for CIFS and NFS. Okay, and data lake. Okay, I'll mention like this. Role.
So what you're creating this in this command?
I'm creating a leaf, logical interface, data leaf. I'm not having any data leaf.
Okay, so network interface create vserver svm1 minus lift name is svm1 CIFS NFS default. This is a lift name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can create a less also. If you want, I can. The reason why I created more, right? I just wanted to show you that I can create. Otherwise, it's not a problem. Just create less.
Role data home.
Home node means what? Home node means what? Your node. Then home port. Home port means where it will be located. How in which port I'm creating this. Okay. So home port I will take from any default broadcast domain E0C. Okay. Subnet, I created the subnet demo, right? You remember, right? Okay. And I want to do the same thing. I want to create one more. Okay. For the same SVM for the other node. So if one of my node is down, my leaf can go to the migrate to the other node. Suppose my one node is down or faulty, so it can go to the other node. So I will have redundancy, right? So that's why we need to use two ports, two nodes. Okay.
So for this purpose, you need to create a broadcast domain.
No, no, not broadcast domain, but leaf on two different nodes. Leaf on two different nodes on same port. Same port means what? This is E01, this is E0C on this node. This is E0C on this node. Same, not same port. Like same, I can use some E0D also. It does not matter. It hardly matters.
Okay, okay, got it.
See, you will have a lot of queries, bro. It's not easy to learn, but you can do the work. Doing the work is easy in Netapp. You understand, right? But becoming an expert is difficult. Okay. So now I will have data lib, right? You know that I will have data lib, right? You know that, right? So what I'm teaching Netapp, Hitachi, cloud automation and storage automation, and the things I'm teaching, right? I'm teaching in depth. So I'm doing this for many years, so I'm teaching this in depth. Okay. And the other thing that you need to know is DNS.
So the lifts, right there, how many lifts we can create? I think submit range is only 9, right? So apart from 9, we can't create more, right? That is what you said.
Yes, exactly. If you
Yeah,
want to create more, you need to create more subnet, or
yeah, that's what. Okay.
yeah, more subnet, or you need to procure more IP from your network team. Yes.
Okay. So that is
Okay.
that range will be defined by network team, or we have to define it.
Uh,
Like how? What is the
we
range?
can define. We can define. No, no, no. They will just give us the IP. We can define the range. Suppose they have given us 15 IP. We can create two subnet,
Yeah.
and we can do. Suppose we are using both SAN and NAS for the Netapp, right? So one
Mhm.
subnet we can use for SAN, and the subnet we can use for NAS.
Okay. Correct. So same in same leaf we can we do NFS and chips can
Yes,
be
yes.
used.
With same subnet also you can do interface and SIP. That is also possible.
Okay,
In my
fine.
environment, I have not created subnet. I've just
Mhm.
used IP. That's all.
Yeah. No, if I'm just getting input to interview kind of thing, I'm just asking. They may are
Yes, yes.
basics, right?
Interview, yeah,
So
interview,
that is what I'm
interview.
saying.
Interview. They'll
I'm
ask
very-
you what is subnet, how we
Exactly.
get subnet, what is our broadcast domain, what is this, what is
Yeah.
interface group, what is this. They will ask you these things. They'll ask
Fine.
you what is logical interpretation in Netapp, what is physical interpretation.
Mm.
But you'll be able to do everything once you go through my videos.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine.
Okay. So this is a DNS. So normally, what is this 253? What is this 253? This is a DNS server. Who has created this DNS server? Of course, not you. It is Wintel team, right?
Yeah.
Wintel team has created this DNS server, right? So, and you need to have, this is vserver, cluster on vserver. You need to have entry for this vserver also, so that this leaf, right, whenever this leaf you're using, right, you can use this leaf for, you are using the host name also. Suppose you are using the host name this, right, you'll be able to access. You do not need to use the IP. The end user does not need to know the IP. They can use the host name. Okay, so that's why you need to use DNS. Okay, you know DNS, what is happen, it's domain name resolution. I mean, it's like IP to host name resolution, right? You're using IP, host name IP. You right? You know, understand, right? Basic
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Mm.
So I will create DNS entry. For what I will create DNS entry? For this SVM.
So this will be used only for the CIFS server creation, right? That is what
No,
what
no, no.
it's used.
DNS will be using for CIFS, NFS.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, mostly for this thing, because see, uh, see, will not be mounting, will not be using the IP for SAN, right? You know
Yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
We'll be using the volume, right? LAN, right?
Mm.
It's not share, right? Block storage, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so no need for the SAN one. And one more thing, whenever you are doing replications, you can easily migrate your NAS leaf, but not SAN leaf. For SAN leaf, what you need to do, for high availability of SAN, what you need to do, you need to install multipathing software in your servers like Windows Server, Linux Server, for fault tolerance,
Yeah.
redundancy, load balancing. But for NAS, you can do IP based load balancing.
No, why? Like I'm just like why DNS has been used? Like what is the main purpose of using DNS for defining
DNS
DNS?
means DNS means suppose the user wants to use a share, you can just give IP. You don't need to give the, sorry, you can just give the host name, fully qualified domain name, so they can use the host name instead of the IP. That's the reason you
Okay,
use.
from this IP they'll be mounting the whatever volumes or
Yeah,
shares we are given. They'll be mount.
they will just use the host name.
Okay, got
They
it,
don't
got
need the
it.
IP.
Mm.
Okay, so domain, I will use the domain. This is the domain I have in my environment. I have multiple domains. Okay, name servers, normally you need to have two DNS server, because if one DNS server is down, then other DNS server is there. But here we do not have that, so only one DNS server. Okay, it will become a single point of failure, but we do not have any problem. I mean, we do not have any other choice. Okay, so you can use the up arrow key. Okay, you can see, right, the entry is done. Okay, so what it is doing, we are making the DNS entry. Now we have to configure the DNS delegation. DNS delegation, why need to configure? So that this IP, I will show you. Okay, this IP, sorry, this host name, whenever you using this host name, this IP, it will transfer to the IP. Okay, so net int, see, these things are easy. Okay, but it will take some time. You have to have patience. Okay, Okay, CMD. I don't know why it's very slow. I don't know. So in his lookup, right? You can see the IP, right? You can get the IP, right? You see, right? You understand, right? You are able to get the IP, right? Okay. So if you do NS lookup, you'll get this IP, right? Suppose you
So
want.
how is getting this IP? Like you have not mentioned the IP here.
You do not need to mention the IP. I mean, you made the DNS server, right? In DNS server, you did the entry. Means you did not do the entry. The Wintel did the entry. In DNS server, Wintel team will do the entry of this to this IP. You understand, right? This part will be done by the Wintel team. You understand, right? Then you need to just execute this
No.
command. So,
So listen, sir. Listen to me. You have created a two V servers
okay. No, no, one view server I created.
where it is which SVM1,
Yeah.
and you also okay. So you was okay. So two okay. So you created one SVM. Am I right?
Yes, one is VM. Yes.
One SVM, and you have created a root volume for that one also. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I did not create it. It will
It,
automatically create when
it
I. Yeah.
automatically you have to, but you have to define the
Hmm.
parameter for a root volume. Okay. After
Hmm.
that, after SVM, you are now creating the leaf. Am I right?
Hmm. Hmm. I've created the lib. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah.
You are creating the leaf,
Yeah.
and you are assigning this leaf to the one port.
Yes, yes. No, when creating the lib, I'm assigning it. Yes, yes. Yeah.
You are assigning.
Hmm.
So 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 this IP DNS you are giving a avn1 dot demo dot netapp.com and avn or is svm. It's hard to see. Wait, yeah, it is svm1 and svm2 dot
Oh,
demo.
got it, got it, got it, got it. Understood, understood. I understood. I understood what you're trying to say. I
So
understand what you're trying to say.
like
Got it, got it.
you and you have created a subnet where it is mentioned. Like I didn't get the, like, you are running the command, I understand, but I don't know the concept, like how you are creating the things. Like, do you understand? Like I don't have clear picture like what you're doing step by step. So that's why I told you that you should make us some
No, no, no.
like.
See, I'll tell you one thing, bro. I'm telling you one thing. I'll tell you it's the toughest thing. This session will be repeated 6 times, then you'll understand. You will not understand because you have to go through the training. You are getting confusion on subnet. I told you, subnet is just basically pull up IP address. কেন কি হয়েছে? To create the leaf, right? To create the leaf, I'm just using the subnet. Without the subnet also, I can create the leaf. In my environment, I do not create the subnet. It becomes easy to create the leaf if we have multiple leaves, like 100 leaves, 200 leaves, right? It is becomes easy. If you have one or two leaf, no need to create subnet. You understand, right? আরে পরে বলছি তো কি করছো বলো তো কি হয়েছে কেন আমি থাকলে কেন পরিষ্কার করা যাবে না ও শব্দ হোক শব্দ হোক so I will delete this one, okay, because I did a mistake. What mistake I did? It will be SVM1 only, not SVM2, okay. SVM1 and then not delete I will just do modify. Okay. If I try to modify, 1 second, because I want what I want. I'll tell you what I want. I go there. Okay. I ping this IP. Okay. I ping this IP. Okay. So it comes to what, 131, and I wait for some time. I wait for some time. I wait for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I ping again. Oh, no problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I ping again. You see, right? What do you see here? Are you able to see anything?
Yeah, I can see that something is pinging. I don't know what is pinging. You have created a VM,
This is the leaf, right?
so you give the lift name SVM1.
Yeah. Leaf means what? Not leaf. Actually, how would I say this? Yeah, the leaf, full name of the leaf. Full name.
It is you have given this lift name, or someone have given you this name to use this name for the lift.
See, this demo.netapp.com is what? This is a DNS. This is a domain, okay? And
Yeah,
domain I got from whom? Wintel team.
yeah.
And then so
I,
what I did, I asked
I.
the Wintel team.
No, listen, sir. I have DNS server in my lab. Okay. So do I need to create a, a fully quiet domain entry in DNS, or it will automatically created by itself? That is
It will not automatically create. Why it will automatically? You have the DNS, right? You have to create domain, and you have to make entry. I
okay.
am what I am showing you. I'm showing you from the Netapp end. I'm not showing you what I need to do in Wintel end. Wintel
Okay.
end, it still has to be done. You still have to make entry of this with this with this IP. This alias entry you need to do in DNS end. That Wintel team will do, not you. And
So
then you have to run this command.
okay, wait. You have created a lift and interface modify v server. So you are, sir. I don't understand. I don't understand like how this is going on. I don't understand.
See, I'll tell you, right. You have not worked in storage, so it will take much time for you to understand, but you will understand slowly. Okay? You will understand slowly. I'll tell you. So first you got the DNS server created, okay? Who created this? Wintel, okay? Then what you got? You create DNS service in Netapp, okay? There you make the DNS server entry, okay? And then after then what you do? You give the Wintel team. You need to give the Wintel team your leaf leaf fully qualified domain name, okay? Leaf fully qualified domain name, okay? And IP. And you need to ask them to make entry in DNS, okay? You understand, right? Then you need to modify the leaf and use the FQDN name. Got it, right? So this is what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else. You're not able to understand now?
No, sir. I'm not able to understand.
Okay. I will suggest you, just do one thing in practically in your own environment. Just try once doing it. You will understand this thing, okay? I'll give you some document also so for you to understand this. This is nothing. I'm DNS server Wintel is giving. I'm just creating a DNS service in Netapp, and then I'm giving the Wintel team my leaves ID, FQDN name, like or the host name, and giving the IP and asking them to make a mapping. Like they will have some alias mapping that the Wintel team need to do. Then I'm coming to the Netapp and I'm modifying the leaf so that this leaf can use the FQDN name. And why I'm modifying the leaf? And I'm using the FQDN name in both the leaves. Why? Because it is DNS based load balancing, IP based load balancing. What IP based load balancing? Means first time I ping, right, the same host name, I got this IP 131. Second time I ping, I got different IP. You see, right? I got different IP. You got it, right? So this is a load balancing, right? It will take some for you to understand, but this is, I told you, right, the network basics are the toughest uh, concept. After then everything is easy, like whatever you do, everything is easy in Netapp, but this is the toughest one. So it is what it is, just delegating the responsibility. So it is asking, whenever I'm doing this command, what I'm doing, I'm configuring the leaf so that it is doing host name to IP translation, DNS delegation. You can YouTube, right? You can search like DNS delegation. Okay, you can read about it. What is DNS delegation?
It's nothing but we are pointing out this to the DNS server. That is right. That is what I,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yes,
this
yes, yes.
in simple
And
matter.
how do you make
Yeah,
DNS entries
yeah.
in Wintel?
Same thing. It's like, instead of giving leaf IP, we are giving a DNS this thing so that they can mount on with that name.
Yeah, yeah,
Is that?
and we are doing DNS load balancing means what? I'm giving the same IP, same host name, right?
Yeah,
So initially, so it will take this one. Suppose this leaf is having some problem, right? Still, it can access through this leaf, right?
yeah.
Same host name. SVM2 I deleted. Okay, same host name actually. Okay, uh, okay.
But we have
Suppose
only added in that zone. We only add one leaf, right? Not leaf two. We have not added, right?
no, no. We have added. We have added.
We have added.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Zone we have not added. Not
Yeah.
zone.
So, but how
Not
it's taking, how the load balancing happening, though we have not added in the DNS zone, right? The other
no
leaf,
no. Sorry. DNS services not added. DNS zone we added. Yes, yes. DNS zone we added. Let me show you.
SVM2. Okay.
DNS DNS show. Okay. You see, right? Demo.netapp.com, right?
Yeah.
Now, 1 second. SVM1. No, no need to give. So in Netapp, if you want to see everything in a robust way, you use the hyphen instance command. But if you want to see specific data, then use
Fields. Yeah.
fields
That's-
command. Okay. You see, right? Now DNS zone
Oh,
is there, right?
okay. No, okay. Before command, I see SVM2, but SVM1, I only saw one IP. Yeah. Okay.
Because
Maybe I.
I deleted
Oh,
the SVM2.
okay.
Here, you see, I deleted one. Here somewhere I not deleted, I modified it.
Yeah.
The
Got it.
reason
Got
why I
it.
modified it, because it will not serve me any purpose, because if I use two host names, I'll not have DNS IP based load balancing. That's why I kept it one name.
So
So one
without
name can
this
point.
DNS name, we can't simply give a leaf IP to Windows team, Windows team. They
Yeah,
can't do it.
you can give, yes, yes, you can give that also
Yeah.
work, but it will not be like host name to IP. You'll not have
Huh.
IP based load balancing, but you can give, yes,
We can
you
give,
can
right.
give
I'm
it.
saying, if
Yeah, it
suppose
will
if
work.
they
It will
we have
work.
don't no DNS and all not configured, simply we
Yeah.
can give leaf, right? So.
Yes, yes, yes. And sometimes I'll tell you one more thing. Whenever you are doing this thing, right, sometimes the CFS shares will not be available. You'll
Mm,
have a lot of problems. So what will be the first problem? The first problem is DNS is not working. So
mm,
instead of the hostname, we need to give the IP and ask them to disconnect and reconnect using
yeah.
the IP, because DNS is having problems. Sometimes they will do a lot of upgrade, some DNS changes. So
Yeah.
they might remove this thing.
Okay. So we can ask them to mount with the leaf IP instead
IP,
of
yes,
giving
yes,
an
yes.
IP. Yeah.
So I got this error like 5 or 6 times in different projects, like
Yeah. Yeah.
same issue.
Fine.
So whenever this happening, I immediately I know what is the issue. I tell
Mm,
them, please check the DNS, please use the IP, and then after they use the IP, intermittently, like immediately the issue is solved, right? Then I'll tell the Wintel team, because Wintel team is very lazy in everywhere.
yeah.
Okay, in our project, the Wintel lead, every 2 months they're resigning.
Mm,
So
just
because they're getting like 2,000 tickets, bro, 20,000 tickets per week,
yes.
bro.
Yes.
I don't know how they're doing. I got only 5 tickets per month.
Mm,
Okay, but my juniors are not good, bro. That's the problem. They're like freshers and all, right? So they are not, whatever steps I give, they're able to execute. But if something is there which they don't know, they're not able to do on their own. That's the
got
problem.
it. I think Avneet has got answer like the DNS, why we are using DNS. I think he may need clarity on this maybe.
Which one? Which tennis?
No, he said no DNS and why.
Yeah.
That-
So what you can do is, Abnit, let me give you an example. 1 second. So you just study this, okay? DNS, sorry, DNS setup, okay? In Windows, you just study this, okay?
So I have DNS server. I have already created DNS server in my own setup, so I know this thing.
You know this, right? So you know this, right? You are making the host name and IP entry in DNS server, right?
Yes, I know.
Right?
I know DNS work is to resolve IP to hostname and hostname to IP.
Yeah. This is an additional step that Netapp needs you to do. Without this, it is not happen. So this is what Netapp requires you to do. They requires you to see DNS zone, IP space. These are all Netapp concept. So they need you to create a DNS zone, and they need you to add that to the live. Otherwise, this will not work. If you just do DNS setup in Windows, it will not work. You need to do this step in Netapp. Then only it will work. You understand what I'm trying to say?
So I have DNS. Let me know what which entry we have. So you mean to say that I have to do create an entry in the DNS that this IP is I am giving it to the uh, like dot
This host name, SB1.
yeah whatever the name is there
Hmm.
and that same entry I have to use it here.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
I will
You
do
need to
I will
do
do the
this.
practical and I will let you know. Okay, because
Even if you do the practical, it will not happen for you. I mean, you can try. The reason is you are using a lab, right? But you can try. You can
I
try.
have the lab and DNS is resolving I have DNS also.
Means you are able to you are able to connect the DNS server with the lab. I mean the NetApp.
Yeah,
It's able to communicate.
yeah. Because last time I created and it is working, but now I have not because it's just in front of you. I've opened first time, so
Okay,
I will.
okay. Then you can start. You can start. You can start. But normal lab, right? Normal simulator people will normally be not able to do. I'm not sure what kind of lab you have, but normally people which is having lab, right? So DNS server, those things are like advanced things, right? They will not be able to do. But it's good if you're able to do. Okay, you can just try this one. Same thing what I said. You just try this one. Okay. So I want to check more things, right? So this is the command to check. I will check everything here. Okay. Okay.
And the
So
snapshot,
that is,
the point in time snapshot is taking that one is come under the paid license or is a free version with the NetApp.
if you have Snapdragon license, no, I think it comes free actually. It comes free. It will come free. Okay.
Okay.
In Netapp, 1 second. In Netapp, how many licenses are there? In Netapp, three licenses are there. Okay. One is cluster wide license, and there is node based license, and there is evaluation license. What is cluster wide license? Means it is tied to the cluster. If suppose you have 4 node clusters, so it is valid to the for all the nodes. You have node based cluster, that means what? You are deleting decommissioning the node, so that license you cannot use for other nodes. Okay. You have evaluation license, so what is that? You have for a specific period for testing, like 15 days, 20 days. Okay. So I know many things, but the problem is, if I tell you many things, it will not be helpful, bro, because you need to concentrate on some things. Because there are also, I know also, like backup, okay, how to integrate component with NetApp, but that is not be helpful, bro. Because if you learn this, it will become 200 hours. Okay. Because you will not, when you really actually do the work, right, you don't have to do those things. Okay. So what are the license we have? uh, cluster one. See here what is showing owner cluster one, that means what? So this is cluster based license. Okay. You see, right? Cluster based license, and this is node license. Okay. So this is tied to this node, this NFS, and this is also node license, right? So here you can see snapdragon license, right? Snaplog, you know, right? Snaplog, I told you snaplog, right? Snaplog is for read-only volumes. So when you don't want to delete the data, only one project in India is using this. That is Novartis. No one else is using this. Okay, Novartis. Inside, what is this inside? This is for performance analysis. Okay, volume encryption. This is for encryption. Okay, this one I have never done. TVM. Okay. Flex snap vault is for vault. This is for backup. Flex clone is means what? Flex clone means you are creating a writable clone of your production volume for testing. I created Flex clone yesterday. Day for yesterday for one session. Okay, I created Flex clone in cloud, in Netapp cloud. Okay, so anyway, and snap restore FCP is what? This is for your SAN block level SAN. Okay, where you are using FC switches, FC SAN switches, iSCSI, we are using network switches, but this is also block level. But you do not have money, you are using iSCSI, performance is not good. NFS for NFS, CIFS for Windows. Okay, and volume encryption, you can have two type of volume encryption. What is onboard key manager and there is external key manager. Okay, so anyway, so we'll complete the NAS part today. Okay, and then we'll complete the SAN part. Okay, tomorrow. So today, yesterday, one client asked me to take, we need a CIFS server, some witness server, secret witness file share, then wanted to mount it to the two different Wintel team. But our Wintel team is very bad. They have no knowledge because all the senior people have left the project. Only 1 year experience guys are there. It's not about 1 year. The senior people did not share the knowledge to the 1 year and they did not get any vendor training. And they had a lot of work, so they did not get time to study also. So what happened was they're coming to me, saying that how would I give the permissions? How can I share this share to both the server? It's very silly. So thing is, I did, I created the CFS share and I gave to them. That's it. I did not do many things. Okay, let me put the laptop in charger. 1 second. So initially what you need to check, you have the license or not. It license is there. Then I need to check, not vscan. Then I need to check whether this last command will have to be full command. Okay, it is not there. And then what you need to do, you need to get your Active Directory credentials from your Wintel team or share the screen with Wintel team to give the password. Okay, you understand, right? So that you create the CFS server. CFS server is needed to host the CFS shares. Okay, and the CFS server will be created on your Active Directory server. Okay, you understand, right, what I'm trying to say? Guys, you are there? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
there. Yeah. Yep, we're able to hear you.
You able to hear, right?
Yeah. So these shift servers are already I think in existing environment they're already created, right? If we, will there be any chance of creating any shift servers like in real time saying?
Yeah, real time also. I created one.
No, I'm saying if
See,
normally.
in my environment,
Mhm.
Netapp is always getting installed.
Okay.
So I'm installing Netapp and creating everything from scratch.
Okay.
Installing means what? Every 6 months, 7 months, I get a new thing. I
Mm.
get a new array.
Okay.
And when I get a new array, I share the screen with people. Also, but I do not record the session. Okay,
All right.
and I do not reveal the company name also. That's why.
Okay.
Otherwise, people will say, okay, this guy is doing this
Mm.
like
That's
this. They can blackmail me. Okay. So administrator, there is a
this
spelling
one we
mistake.
can't create in a lab, right? That's what, right? Because it's in a DNS in a.
But if he's having a DNS server, right, he can create. I don't know what kind of lab he's
Uh,
having, but
but but
I think
NetApp
he
lab
can
we can
create
do, right?
because
Online NetApp lab that I think pre-configured.
no,
We
no,
can,
no, 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 no.
no
We cannot do it.
online
Administrator.
NetApp lab in that like demo.netapp.com that we can't do it.
Hey, you can do.
Yeah.
And one more thing, you are like Hitachi guy, right?
Uh,
So you'll have a very good command prep. Okay, I don't know what. 1 second, I did many mistake. Command is fine. I think I made mistake with the add administrator. May hope it works. If it does not work, then I'll check again. I think there is some problem. But what could be the problem? What could be the problem? Oh, it worked. It worked. Yeah, that's one thing. It should not be. I think I gave a wrong password. Yeah. Okay. So how do you check? There is another way to 47. Okay. So I created this one, right? So you see, right? This is the SBM one. It is created, right? It will be on capital letter. Okay. It will take in capital letter. Okay. I have no control over it. Okay.
Shifts our name. We
Hello.
are not defining it. You saying? Yeah.
Uh, CIFS name, yes, I've defined, right? SBM one.
That's what you said. Cap. Okay. The one is the case sensitive. Okay. Fine.
No, no.
Hmm.
One second, 1 second. Yeah. What are you saying?
No, we are defining. You say it's taking automatically the same. The V server name and shift server name, you are given the same name, right? That's what.
Exactly. Yes. I can create different name
Yeah,
also. It's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
problem.
I'm just saying.
Now I want to create both NFS CFS together, right? To this lab. I don't want to be a separate lab because okay. So see, whenever you are having interview, right, they'll ask you how to create volume, how to create
Yeah.
DNS zone, how to create V server, how to create interface leaf. This thing they'll ask. They'll ask how the leaves talk to each other. How do you know whether the destination is reachable for the leaf or not? Trace route command. Okay, I did this yesterday lab. Not yesterday, like last session. Okay, that's why and one more thing, you should always check my videos because sometimes some videos are different. Some I'm doing one batch, I'm doing other batch. I always do something different because the reason is technology evolves and technology is different. Sometimes I remember things, okay, I need to do this. Okay, but most of the things that I teach, right, it will be like same, like whatever they'll ask you interview, right, it will be same. You'll understand once you get a call in and you attend the interview, you understand whether the things I'm teaching they're asking you or not. Okay, you'll understand. So it's not running. Okay, so I need to create the service. There is mosquito. Children. 1 second, let me create this. Okay, is server is svm1. So just use the append command. It's running, right? So it is running. Okay, now I will create shares and everything. Okay, so the thing is I have already created the data volume, right, which is of mixed type, right? I already have the data volume, right? So vol show hyphen view server svm1. So I have this data volume, right? No, I did not create. Okay, I did not create. This is only root volume I create. I did not create data volume. Okay, so let me create. Okay, I can also create a share on this root volume and share. Okay, but I don't want that. I will create a data volume. Okay, data underscore vol1. Okay, size let's say 1 GB. Okay, I'll give you on one error. Purposefully I'll do a mistake. Okay, purposefully I'll do a mistake just to show you the error. Okay, I'll use for both CFS and NFS. Okay, purposefully I'll do a mistake. I'll tell you what the mistake is. I'm not creating a junction path, okay? I'm not, I have not created any junction path, okay? Without the junction path, you cannot access any shares, okay? You do not, you cannot access any shares, okay? Without the junction path, okay? So, how do you know this? Volume show is we one data hyphen fields junction path, okay? You see, there is nothing, right? So I will do vol mount junction of slash and then volume name I'll give, okay? Yes. So it is created, okay? Initially I could have done this in the command also, but here I'm not doing that, just using this. So now I will create some export policy and export policy rules for my NFS, okay? So vserver,
Why we use junction path?
it is to mount the data, it is to access the data. We are actually mounting this volume to the vserver. Volume is being mounted on the vserver using the junction path, okay?
Volume is
I'm mounting this volume on the vserver using this junction path on this path, okay?
who created this? You have created this junction path.
Yeah, this is the junction path, right? This is junction path. See, this command itself will create the junction path. This command is itself to create there is no command like junction path create. So this is the command to create the junction path, okay? This junction path did not exist, it did not existed.
So,
I can create some other junction path also. Let
so
me
wait,
show you.
wait, volume mount, volume data wall, junction path. So this volume is mounted on data underscore wall one. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah. So let me unmount it, okay? I've unmounted it, okay? Unmounted, right?
Okay.
See, I'm trying to show something extra. It's not required. Nothing is there, okay? You want junction path, right? You want to see what junction path is there, right? But you'll not get this. You'll not get this, okay? So I want to create some. I can create anything. I can create like Dayal also, DG also, okay? Okay, okay. I can create anything. It does not exist actually. You understood, right? I use this command to create the junction path, right?
So junction path is used to mount the volume, which we have to put
On the V server, on the V server, on the V server.
on the V server. You are creating a junction path.
I'm creating a junction path and I'm mounting the volume on the V server. I'm creating the junction path to mount the volume on the V server. This is also a difficult concept. Okay. So this thing we have not, it is by default it is something there. Okay. You can create your own thing. Okay.
So it's better that you should show me the how you is the architecture of this the concept we are learning right now. You should make us some diagram, or if you have some PPTs you have make, so it will be easy to understand. And you are writing the commands, and we I don't know the guy Vamsi what he's understanding, but
Okay. Okay. 1 second.
And also they are like what kind of topic we are covering on daily basis. That also like we you are like you are jumping from one topic to another topic very quickly. Like so we need to like what is it defined course like what we're gonna cover today.
No, no, no. I'm
That,
not jumping from one topic to another topic. You joined like 5 minutes late, right? 2 minutes or 5 minutes
uh,
late, right? So today I was going to teach how to create shares.
okay,
So I was just explaining the concept that you need to create before creating the shares.
okay.
But yes, I was giving an overview like what kind of replications you have, everything. But
And
I'm
jumping in
not
the sense
jumping
like
to some.
like we are not going on a fully. That is what like what. today's course log, what we're gonna discuss, that will be very better. Like before that,
Today we are creating the shares, CFS shares,
just
and
shape
NFS
this.
exports.
Okay.
So we are covering the NAS part today. Oh, I did not mention it. Okay. So we are creating the NAS part today. Okay. So this is my node 1, this is my node 2, and this is my intercluster switch. Okay.
So right there
So
N1. So right there N1. So if I have question, I will ask. Okay, so this is left is N1 and right is N2. And what is in the middle?
intercluster switch.
Okay.
Okay. And then what you are doing, you are having the ports here, right? Ports. You are having the ports. Okay. So this is ports. I don't know how to create the text. One second. What is this, bro? One second. Ports. What is the text? Is it text? No. How to get the text here?
I think capital A is the text size. Capital A.
Denies on, right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah. So from ports. Okay. These are the ports, right? So from ports, we are creating. Very good. We are creating a leaf. Okay. Okay. We are creating leaf from ports. We are creating leaf. Okay. You are defining the IP on it. And then
Okay.
what you are doing? You are defining DNS zone on the leaf. Okay. You are doing right. Then what you are doing? We are creating V server. Okay. Data V servers. Data V servers we are creating. Okay. And these also data leaf. I don't know why it's going here. Is also data leaf. Okay. Okay. So after you created the data V server, what you are doing? I'm creating data volume. Okay. Then what I'm doing? After creating the data volume, then what I'm doing? I cannot go next. Let's okay, no. Okay. Then what I'm doing? After creating the data volume, I am creating the CIFS server. Okay. And I am enabling the NFS service. Okay. And because I'm doing both. Okay. You understand, right?
Okay, so my question is, okay, so you have created up on the port, you are creating a data leaf, and the data leaf you are giving giving the IPM, right, in data leaf, and it is
Yes, yes,
and it
yes.
is resolving by the DNS. Okay.
Yeah, because we're doing defining DNS
After
zone on it.
that,
Yes, yes.
after that, you are creating a data V
Reserve.
server, and
Yeah.
on top of data, you are creating a volume. So
Yeah.
that is
Data
the
volume.
volume, and you are connecting it with the V server. Am I right?
Yes, with junction path. Yes, yes, with junction path.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. So wait. So first you have created a subnet also, if you remember. Am I right?
See, I think I should not have taught you this one. Forget about subnet. Normal situation, you will not create subnet. You will not use subnet. Okay? You will use subnet if you have hundreds of IPs. If you have two IPs, you will not create subnet. You understand, right?
But subnet.
Without
Okay.
subnet is to create the leaf in easier way.
Okay. So
If you do not have subnet, you just mention address hyphen address command in command hyphen address hyphen net mask. If you have subnet, you don't mention those things.
and you are creating a junction path and mounting the volume there. Am I right?
Yes, yes. When creating junction bar, it is mounting the yes, yes,
No.
yes.
Junction path is like what? What kind of architecture is there like for the junction path? I'm not able to understand that. You have created a junction path, or is already created inside the machine?
No, no, I'm not creating inside the machine also. Let me show you.
They just delete this one. So I want to know about the data volume and junction path, how it is created.
So this is your root junction path. Okay, slash
Okay.
slash is your root junction path. Why it is? Where the slash with? It is where? It is in root volume.
Okay. Slash is in the root volume. Yes.
svm1 underscore svm1 underscore root. It is in this volume, okay? You understand, right?
So this is what? This is
This is in the SVM, right? SVM I created, right? We created the SVM, and while creating the SVM, we created the root volume. We created SVM, and while creating, we created the root volume, okay? And this is having the root junction path, that is slash. And after that, you are creating a data volume, right?
yes.
And then what you are doing? You are mounting. Okay, it's good, bro. It's coming good. Mounting the data volume, right? On vServer, right?
Yes, we have to mount it on.
Using junction path, right? Using junction path, right? And what is the junction path? Slash something, right? Slash is what? Root. So you are mounting it here only.
So if we have to create a junction path. For example, I have created a root volume. Sorry, a new volume which the name is ABC. ABC volume. So I am creating a junction point slash
Hmm.
ABC. Is it like this?
You can give your, yeah, you can give slash PVC slash something else, anything you can give.
But it's created under the root.
No, no, it's pointing to the root. Pointing. It's not, data is not going to be there, it's pointing to the root.
So whatever the junction path we are creating under the slash root after slash ABC. Is it
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
this?
Yes, yes. It's just a metadata, bro. Metadata. It's not having any data. Metadata.
So metadata of the vServer.
Metadata of how the volumes are located, how the volumes are mounted, how the volumes are there. Metadata. Why the volumes are there. When you create a file system, you'll have metadata of file system, right? How the different blocks are there, right? It's just a metadata, bro. It's not acknowledging a data.
Is metadata of volume.
Yeah. Metadata means how the volumes are located. See, in Hitachi, when you in degree we have pool instead of aggregate, okay? And when you create a volume, the first volume we created, it will take like 3.5 GB capacity. It will reserve the capacity. Why? Because you'll have mapping informations, how the all the pool volumes are mapped. Same here, mapping informations. It's, you will understand more about it once you do mistake. You don't create junction path, you try to do configurations, you will get error. You'll not be able to access the shares, CFS shares. You'll not be able to access anything. You try that.
Okay, so junction path. Okay. Is it for the NFS only we have to create a junction path?
No, no, no. For anything, if you want to create a volume, you have to create a junction path. NFS, CIFS, LAN, anything.
No,
Junction path is.
if we are using ISCSI storage at the time of
Yeah, you have to create junction path. Yeah, you have to create junction path. Without junction path, you cannot do anything. Junction path is needs to be created for any everything except storage grid, because storage grid is using some different ways. Centricity. They are not using on tap. Okay.
okay,
In storage grid, we are using object storage. This is not object. Object storage you don't need to. We'll not be creating volume. We'll be creating buckets there. You know Amazon we create buckets, right?
yeah,
S3 bucket, right? Same. There also they will create buckets. So you don't need to create. Uh, you don't need to create. Okay. So let me 1 second. Just, just don't say okay. Now what I'm doing? I'm creating first. I think you are right, bro. I think this is better. The reason why other people are able to understand, because most of the people are like Netapp people, like 6 years, 8 years, they worked in Netapp and they're taking training from me. So that's why they didn't ask me these questions. But now I understand. To make it simpler, I have to at least create the flow. Flow. I mean, sorry. In BTech we used to do like flow chart, right? In C++, right?
yes.
So like flow chart. Yeah, I think you are right, bro. So NFS, right? The first thing what you create is export policy, which is just a policy name on a vServer, okay? Then we create what, sorry, here I think it's a little bit slow, I think here I need to create, yeah. So there you can create export policy rules. Okay, export policy rules. What is export policy rules? It is basically like which server you will mount the NFS export to, and what permission it will have, like read write permissions or whatever. Okay, so that is export policy rule. Okay,
Okay.
so these two things you need to create. Okay, and then what you need to do, then what you need to know, you need to ask your Unix team to mount it. How you can mount? You can use mount command, mount -t NFS command. Okay, or you can use /etc/fstf file. Okay, in Linux. So this thing is also done, mounting is done, and before mounting also, if they want, they can do change ownership and all these things. That is Unix. See, I know a lot of things, but it's not required for storage. We don't need to. Okay, so this is NFS part. What about CIFS? For CIFS, what you do, you created a CIFS server, right? Okay, after then you created a data volume, right? Data volume, right? For CIFS, right? And then what you need to do, you create a CIFS share. Okay, and then you give this CIFS share information to Wintel team, and then what will do, they will give permissions by Wintel. Okay, you understand, right, this thing?
Yes.
So this will be easy for you to understand. I think I have to I have to do this like this way. Yeah, yeah. At last I got something, because people are, yeah. I think this is better. So is export policy. So what I'm doing for NAS, for NFS, what I'm doing, I will be creating export policy rule, right? For CFS also you can create export policy rules, but you don't need to. If you want to restrict to a machine, you can create, but normally you don't need to. Okay,
Okay.
you just create a share. That's it. It's just a one command. So rule, you like this, bro, because I've been doing this for many years, and you like this. See, client match, right? So if I give 0.0.0.0/0, what does it mean? It means that, so what does it mean? One second, one second. I'm just taking my tea. 1 second. I always wanted to go to abroad. Okay, I applied like a lot of. I thought to go to Lakehead University in Canada. I wanted to go to universities in US. I wanted to go to Netherlands, but I never. I was always afraid, to apply to go. I always afraid to take risk. But my brother got took the risk. It's not because I was academically good, but I didn't get good marks actually. My number is very poor. I got only 73%. Okay, my brother got 99%. He's a gold medalist. So whatever college he applied, right, he got he got the admission. Whatever college he applied. Okay.
Okay. I got
So but
I got
yeah,
34%.
34%. But see, you are a Canadian citizen, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's the thing. Even some of my friends are Australian citizen. But now they think, looking back, I think I'll always regret. Uh, I think that regret will always be there in my life. But anyway, so here 0000, what does it mean? It means that I'm not restricting this to any IP. It means that in cloud, right, in ingress and outgress, right, in AWS, inbound and outbound, right,
Yes.
security groups, right. Similar thing here. What does it mean? It means that this rule I'm creating, and I'm mentioning the view server and all the volume in the view server. I mean, it is not restricting. We're not restricting. We can mount it any of the. We can mount the NFS export to any of the servers, any of the Linux servers. Okay, Linux X, whatever. Okay. So protocol, you can use NFS, CFS both, but normally use NFS. Okay. CFS means you want to restrict to some CFS. You can use CFS. Here, normally you give like any. Okay, but back in 2019, not 19, sorry, 2020, 22 I started using CIFS because of one bug. Okay, it means what? Any. Okay, but you don't need to. I mean, you can use any also. Okay, it's not a problem. Instead of CIFS also you can use any. It's just I'm comfortable with this. Okay, policy or record. Policy already have given. Okay, no problem. His server I've given. I'll just use this command. Okay, and check whether it fails or not. It didn't fail. It didn't fail. Okay. So I have this vServer. I have this one. Okay. I have this. I've created this rule. Okay. 1 second. First I will create the CIFS here. Okay. Then I will create the NFS export. Okay.
Okay.
The reason why I asked you to join my training continuously, because every training I give something extra, because it's difficult if I try to cover too many things. You need to have a proper path. Suppose I teach you 40 things, right? But in order to crack the interview, you only need 15 things. Okay, so that's what I'm talking. Because you will not have every kind of replication implement in your project. It's not possible. You understand, right? It is not possible. Okay, so okay, this is not one. I want to check the shares. So whenever you are creating a volume, by default these shares will be created. These are system defined shares. Okay, you are not creating this. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Suppose you are having one client, you do not want complications. Instead of creating shares, you can use the system design share also. You don't need to create anything. Let me show you. Okay, so nothing there. Okay, because we have not okay, this browser, it should be something, but anyway, okay, it should show something, but anyway it's not showing. So let me just create the some CFS share. Okay, it is very easy to create. Yesterday I create one of this. I just do one command. Okay, share name I'll give like svm1, just to define. Okay, svm1 underscore CIFS, just one. Okay, path. Okay, I can give any path. Okay, not a problem. So one second. Share name is this. This is this. Okay. Skip this one. Just volume of what path. Okay. CIFS share show. So you have this, right? So yeah, you have this, right? You can see, right? I have this, right? And whether I'll be able to create or something or not, read writable, right? Because I gave like any, right? So if you want to check, okay, and one more thing, and one more thing, suppose you have the share, right? Okay, and suppose I already have the local snapshot here, right? Snapshot policy default, right? So suppose the snapshot policy is holding like 1 month data. Okay, and I deleted some data and the data user wants to get it back. So how would I get the data? Like this. go to properties, previous version. It is not showing here, but because I just created it now, after the snapshot, it will show here. Okay, from here you can restore. Okay, you understand, right? But you cannot restore it if you do not enable this one, show previous versions and browsable, these two options. Okay, if you do not enable, then it will not happen. Okay, in my project what happened, one of the shares were not able to do anything, so I enable this show previous versions. Okay, in that particular share, then we are able to. Okay, so these are the things they will ask you in the interview. These are the questions they will ask you. Okay, so I create the share, right? It's very easy, right? Did I really have to do anything? No, right? I did not have to do anything, right? And now what I will do, now what I will do, I already have the NFS export, right? So vol show, so this is my volume and that is my junction path. Okay, no problem. তো কিভাবে কি করছো নিজে পড়ো সবসময় so I have created a volume, I have enabled NFS CIFS both on it. Okay, so now what I'll do, I want to mount the NFS export, right? So for NFS export there is no command, you just create a volume, you just create export policy rules, that's it. Okay, there is no NFS export create command. So RHL1 is my Linux. So let me log into this. This is my Linux. Okay, version, sorry, at, oh this is not Red Hat, this is probably CentOS.
So on the same wall, you were creating CIFS and NFS, right? There, like
Yeah, same volume.
no,
But normally in my
that's
project I will not create on the same volume.
yeah.
It's just to save some time. If you want, I can create a volume and just create this.
Yeah, but normally in real time kind of thing, like they'll be creating a dedicated, like for volume for NFS and volume for CIFS, or it's like
Yes. Dedicated. Yes.
okay.
Just to save some time.
Yeah.
I create a dedicated one also. I can create it will just one command like vol create. That's it. Do you want me to create dedicated one?
No, it's fine. I'm just asking. Yeah. Five.
And this is H. KH is human readable. See here it giving me big data, right? Blocks. So here I'm getting GB, KB, MB, right? Human readable. Okay. KH. So I'm getting all the file system information. So these are the file systems. I want to mount the NFS export summary, right? So I have to create some directory, right? So mkdir dg, okay, my name, okay. I don't know why slash is not working. I think there's some problem with my key. But I really love giving training because it refreshes my knowledge. Like all the time doing, right? I'm remember each and every command because I'm doing this. Like you understand, right? Netapp, Hitachi, cloud and storage automation. So I'll remember the things. Even yesterday I was giving one training like Python Goto 3. Okay, so it's like very easy for me. But I don't want to too much into DevOps because then my field will change. So that's the reason. Otherwise, yeah. Anyway, so there are two concepts in mounting. One is hard mount and a soft mount. Hard mount is what? You need to make entities in class /etc/fs type. So when the Unix team does patching, they do reboot the server and your mount will not be gone. Mount points. Even after service reboot, you will see this. But if you do not make entities, then after the service rebooted, your mount is gone. You have to again mount it, okay? You understand, right? Okay. Normally people use Vim editor, which is like a color code editor, but I am not good with Vim editor, so I use VI. VI is an old editor, okay? I use this because it's yeah. So I use for edit. Let me come down. Oh, what is happening? One second, sorry, 1 second. Control Z. 1 second. Again I do VI. Just go. I Go. I don't know what is not happening. I should go down, bro. 1 second. Okay. Let me check my data here. Let me check my information here. 1 second. Hmm. This is my data. Junction path is the junction path, right? The junction path and path is the same also, right? So let me just server svm1 data. Okay, junction path. Okay, it's a big one, no problem. Let me go to the small one. Junction path. Yeah. So this is my junction path, right? Okay. Okay. Hmm. So is VM1. You have always have to give your V server name first, okay? And then the junction path. Sorry. Why this dot column is not working? 1 second. Colon, okay? So you give this one, okay? So then what you give? Okay, space. You give the file system type, which is NFS. Okay? Go. 1 second. I did one mistake. Did I create a directory like DG, right? So 1 second. This will be your DG directory slash, right? So this is my directory, which is slash DG. Okay, and then it will be my NFS, which is my file system type. Okay, NFS network file system. Then space. Here I have read write. Yes, I want it to be read write. Yes. Okay. Size, you can give the read size, write size, but I'm not giving here. Okay, just keeping it simple. Read size, you'll get this data from application. Okay, I get some error. 1 second, let me just do again. It's very difficult actually. 1 second. So first you give the volume entries. Okay, then you give this one, then you give the file system type, then you give the default file system type, which is slash root slash this file system type is this, and then 00. Okay, no problem. Try. File system type defaults, file system type defaults. Okay, no problem. Yeah, because instead of this I could have just give mount command also, just to show this. Okay, so cat slash okay, now I give mount hyphen a command. Okay, so that it will mount all the things that is there in the file. Shit. Mkdir slash dg mkdir mkdir. Why it's not working, bro? It should work actually. Can you create a directory? DG already exists. 1 second. Yes. Okay. cd yes pwd slash usld. Okay. I'm in user home directory. Okay, I created the user home directory, so I want to create this on root directory. Okay, so I create a root directory. Okay, if I create, so here the path I have to give in is slash root slash dg. Okay, I don't want that. Okay, so You understand, right? So it's there, right? It's NFS export, right? You got it, right? You can create anything you want. Okay. Okay. So now the thing that I created here, test, right? So it will be located on this NFS export on the Netapp storage. Okay. You got it, right? And one more thing I will create. Okay. Have you ever heard about the concept Qtree? Qtree? Hello?
So it's too late right now, so we can continue tomorrow like this one Q3.
Yeah, Qtree you can, it's just a little bit very less exercise. Because again, if I want to do right, I have to create all these things because it will reset the lab.
Okay.
Qt is nothing but suppose you have like suppose don't say suppose you have a volume, okay, and under that volume you created some share, okay, some CFS share, okay, but you have lot of user. The volume is like 100 GB volume or 200 GB volume, okay, maybe 20 TB volume, but you want every user to have like access of like 5 GB from same volume, okay. So you need to create Qt for that. You understand, right? So you are creating Qt on a CFS share on a volume, okay. You understand, right? So you are just so that you can give quota on it. So you can restrict the particular share to use only 5 GB out of 20 TB, and if it requires more, then they should raise some request, and you can increase the Qt space instead of the volume. You understand, right? You don't want to keep 20 TB volume. You are creating thousands of Qts under 20 volume, each 5 GB. You understand, right? What I'm trying to say?
So it is type of share like subshare.
Yeah, subshare. Yes, yes. But you are creating from Netapp. You are not creating from Windows.
So Qtree
If you create from Windows, we cannot manage.
so
We cannot
so
restrict
the
this
Qtree
one
will be created on the volume or on the shift share.
on the volume. Volume.
So before creating shift share, we'll be creating Qtree. You mean to say, right?
Before creating SIP share, you'll be creating Qtree. No, 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 not like that.
So that's been confused, I
I'll tell
think.
you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll tell you one thing. So there are many ways of doing things. Suppose you created a share, right, and you give it to somebody. That is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, and you created 5 GB volume, 5 GB share, that is fine. But you created a 20 GB volume and you want some 5 GB, 25 GB shares. Then for that case, you create Qt. You are creating Qt on not on the service share but on the volume. So yes, for your question asked, yes, you can say that. You can in a way you can say that.
That's all.
Okay,
Okay. So on volume.
but it's a
So
different
before
concept.
see, if we have a request coming up, like we need to create 5 shift shares. So before creating 5 shift shares, we will be creating a Qtree on the volume.
Yeah, yeah, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And the Qt is nothing but share only, bro. This is share only.
Yeah, but it's like we are defining a certain amount of thing. Like we are specific minimizing the limitation, right? That.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So it should be created on top of volume only, not on top of SIPs.
No, no, no.
Okay.
So let me just give you the data, okay? So, do you want me to create from CIFS? Sorry, GUI or CLI? GUI or CLI?
Anything is fine. Which is quicker because yeah, I think it's already delay for us. Yeah.
This is Wacom. Okay, we have Wacom also. Got it, got it. I want to give this training to someone. Okay. So, let me go here.
So one thing, Vamsi, the Q3, I believe it is like, for example, we have organization, we have multiple departments are there. So we create a one. like 5 terabyte volume, and we are giving five like 1 terabyte to IT department, wide to the accounts department, and 1 terabyte to the sales department, and we are using the permissions also there, like we are putting the quota there. So it is like this. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, yeah, that is correct. Yeah, that is correct. We have like plant, we have like different things. Okay, they will come back
Yeah,
to
one
us,
for
but
production, one
our
for you would say testing,
yeah,
and yeah.
our client has instructed us not to increase any size until the user asks us to. Only for application we can increase because application will fail. But for user data we should not increase because we don't know, user might be doing housekeeping. We don't know, right? So we will not go to users saying that okay, your space is full, can you increase? Because then we have to contact thousands of users. It's not possible, right? So we'll ask user to come back to us. I mean, we'll let users to come back to us. Okay. I have a script to create Qtree, but my client does not want me to implement that. He wants it to be done manually. Okay, because he is telling that we have very less job, so why do you want to do automation? Anyway, so you see right what I'm doing here, and there is one more thing. So Qt is what? Qt is a folder. It's a folder only. So what I did, I cre- I created the CFS share right on this, right? And this I'm creating Qt, right? So this Qt will be under the CFS share only. You understand, right? So you go here, uh, you go to network. Sorry, not this is my own network. One second. It's my own network. So I have the share, right? What is this is my share, right, that I created. You remember, right? This is my share,
Yeah.
right? And where I created this on data volume, right? Right? And below it you will see the Qtree. Sorry, no, it's here, right? Qtree is there, right?
But you have not given the space, like how much it. Yes,
Yes,
that's.
that is, you are right. You are 100% right. So we need to enable quota on it. That is different command. I will show you this. Okay, I will show you this. So before that, and there are two quota on Qtree. One is user quota, and another is I will show you.
Soft and hard quota also will be there, right? That will be
Yeah,
the.
soft and hard limit is there. Yeah, yeah, that is.
Without creating Qtree, we can give quota on volume on a. Say,
No. Without creating Qtree, we cannot give.
okay,
No.
fine. So it has to be around Qtree, then only we can set a quota. Hmm.
ওরা কিছু বলছে নাকি? কিছু বলছে না? Actually pending, yeah. So you see, right, this data Qtree is created on this, right? And there is one more thing I'll show you, which is which is not here. Okay, no problem. Okay, so we'll select the quota and all, right. So we'll do that. 1 second. And you can also export the Qtree also. Okay, for Linux also you can do. It's not only for Windows. This I showed you for Windows, right? For Linux also you can do export the Qtree. Okay, but before that I will do something with quota. Okay, so just bear with some time. Volume, and that is not in the lab. Okay, so I'm just 1 second. Not volume, v server quota. I think v server quota, v server quota. No, volume v server quota, volume v server Qtree, v server show, v server show protocols. The problem is sometimes I forget the command. Okay, volume quota, yes, volume quota show. Okay, so no problem. So particular volume we have, this is the volume, it's off, right? Okay, that is okay, that is okay, that is okay. Volume quota, volume quota, quota policy, okay, policy show, okay. We have the default one, okay. So volume quota policy rule, okay. So this is you need to create, okay, create, okay. Data volume, okay. Type is, see here I was talking, I wanted to say tree is like base quota. Base quota means suppose you have some Qtree and you want to give some quota on it, okay. And user is user based quota. User base means you have a user, you have a Qtree, right? And you have domain users, 10 domain users, okay. So per user also you can restrict the quota, you understand, right? Per domain user also you can restrict the quota. Group means suppose you have a group and the group is like domain group is having 10 user, right? So per group also you can restrict the quota, okay. So normally we will not use group, normally we will use either tree or user, okay. Tree is the basic one, you understand, right? What is my target? I have some Qt, right? What is my Qt? Some Qt I created, data Qt, right? So that is my target. Sorry. Here, this is soft means what? Just for warning thresholds, okay? Like
So you continue, please.
this is the last command, last command, last command.
Okay, okay.
Wait,
So you
wait,
can.
last command, last command. Disk limit, I'll give like 1 GB disk, okay? This is hard. Sorry, 1 or L, what I gave, I don't know. I think, yeah. Threshold is just some error you will get, okay? Yeah, that's it. But even though I do, it's not, it will not work actually, okay? There is some reason for that. I will show you 1 second. Volume quota policy, do show. So, yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So this is what I can see, okay? Now what I need to do, I need to enable the quota, okay? Because it will not show me, it will not show. I'll show you why it will not show, okay? We go to Netapp. This is Occam, this is centralized. I don't want that. Centralized means you'll have all the Netapp here, all the Netapp boxes here, okay? I will go to here. I've installed that. Wait, wait, wait. Our password automatically will come. Yeah, so what I'm doing Qt, right? So I'll go to the Qt. So this is the Qt I created, right? So I'll go to the quota, okay? I'll click on it here, okay? Okay, I'm able to see here, not a problem, I'm able to see here, but what about here? Am I able to see here? I don't think I should. No, I do not see any size or anything, right? Here, you see, right? I do not see anything. Size, the size on disk, okay. Anyway, so not here. 1 second, just give me 1 second here, okay? Quota, server volume, volume quota, volume quota, This size, not this size, not this one. No. This one. This is the command. Okay. So you need to make this command on. Okay, foreground, or okay. So, okay, successful. Okay. Now this will work. Okay. Now this will work. Okay. So you not see some any limitations. I mean this thing here. Okay, but this will work now. Okay, initially this is very important command. You need to enable the quota on the volume, then only this will take effect. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, 1 second, just wait 1 minute, 1 few minutes here. Okay, I'll just modify it. I don't want anything, I'll just modify it. Okay, I'll give you the example because I had these issues many times. Target is data Qtree. One second. I'll give like 2 GB. Okay, and then I'll do Quota policy is a C. Yeah. Okay, here's some 2 GB. Okay. The hell. 1 second. This is this is here it's showing. Okay, in normal situation, real time situation, right? It will not show, bro. You have to execute this command, foreground command. Okay, otherwise it will not work. You can try if you get to work in real time. You can see without this command it will not take effect just by running this command. This is very important. Volume quota on. Okay, here it's showing. I don't know why it's showing, because maybe this is a simulator, maybe that could be the reason, but this should not show even if I run this command. I mean it should not reflect actually. Let me check here. Size, because nothing is there, so size showing 0. That's not a problem. But yeah. Anyway, so it should show something actually. Okay. So did you understand these things, Quota and Qtree? You understood, right?
Yes, sir.
So normally in interviews, they will ask you. They'll ask you CIFS share creation, NFS export creation. Okay. How do you create live? Okay. How Qt creations. Quota, they will say how to restrict the space in volume. So these things they will ask you in normally.
Okay. Okay.
They will not ask you more.
Okay.
Okay.
So please
So
upload.
do you have any questions?
Yeah, please upload this video, sir. Please. Okay. And the last
I'll
video you have uploaded it or not?
Yeah, I have uploaded it. Yes. It's there. You can check. Your access also there.
Uh,
You have to go to my channel to